Because our county has a really awful program for pet overpopulation, we don't spay and neuter our dogs before they go out of the shelter, which means that if anyone gets them, if they get out, they can get a dog pregnant. That increases, the dog population in Athens County by 8 or 9 puppies. So not having a spay and neuter mandatory for letting the dogs out of the shelter is a big problem. It's also that we're kind of lacking in the education of kids in, K through 12, letting them know that dogs are for life. You don't get them if you don't have the means to take care of them. And especially having college students around here, a lot of them will get puppies and then they're nice and they're cute and they have them in their apartments, and then they have to go and get a real job and you can't take the dog with you. So a lot of them will get left behind in summer when the students leave.
One of the things that we've chosen to do is to write a letter to representatives at the state and local level in order to raise awareness and try and bring to bear the question of whether or not it is cruel and unusual punishment to gas canines in Athens County. The letter is addressed to Representative Debbie Phillips, State Representative of the 92nd District of Ohio. I'll begin by reading the letter. Dear Representative Phillips, you're no doubt aware of the recent town meeting hosted by the Athens County Animal Advocates, otherwise known as the ACAA, regarding the current policy of using gas to euthanize animals held by the Humane Society in Athens County. I'm writing on behalf of a number of Ohio University classmates to lend our support to the ACAA's effort to end this practice as a matter of euthanasia in Athens County, and if at all possible, to end such practices in the state of Ohio. We recognize that, number one, alternative solutions must be realistic in the sense that they offer a feasible alternative to the gas-induced euthanasia currently utilized by Athens area shelters. Number two, alternative solutions should minimize the tax liability to local citizens. This aspect should bear in mind that euthanasia is used because it is the least expensive alternative and perhaps the most politically expedient available when the program was instituted. Number 3, alternative solutions should reflect the most humane option available from among those deemed fiscally responsible. Number 4, alternative solutions should reflect the concerns of all involved stakeholders, though realistically should not aim to appease everyone, and should include options that include the involvement of outside agencies and organizations such as state government agencies, nonprofits, and the like. Mahatma Gandhi once said that the greatness of a nation and its moral progress can be judged by the way its animals are treated. Jesus Christ is also remembered for saying, "Whatever you neglected to do unto one of the least of these, you neglected to do unto me." It is in this spirit that we appeal to your sense of decency, and we ask for your support. We would ask that you work with Athens County Commissioner Lenny Eliason and members of the ACAA to draft legislation which will better reflect the compassion and courtesy that we hope to offer the animals that we as citizens have been charged with caring for. Specifically, we ask that this legislation ban the use of gas as an acceptable form of euthanasia in the state of Ohio. Moreover, our hope is that this legislation will recognize the use of gas as a form of cruel and unusual punishment. As students of Ohio University, we believe that this is an important opportunity to change the way we treat those with whose care we are charged. It will benefit the community at large by evolving the way we think of ourselves and the services that we support with our tax dollars. Thank you for your support. Sincerely, Joshua Cagney on behalf of Taylor Harrington and Sesta Zachary Shabel and Tessa Hinkle. Carbon copies of this letter will be sent to Lenny Eliason of Athens County, the Commissioner, Governor John Cage, and John Bell, Esquire, who's an attorney representing the ACAA in its effort to ban gas in Athens County.
We had 4 points, and the first one was to ban gassing. Then our second was to implement EBI as our only form of euthanasia. The third was to dismantle the chamber. And then the fourth was to establish a committee to work with the commissioners to get this implemented. And those have all been answered, so we're very happy.